Okay, guys, so we've literally just come out the Emirates Stadium. It's ended up Premier League leaders 4 points clear now. Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. We're going to come on to the story of the game in a moment. First of all, we're going to go to Chris Gaffer. Your initial thoughts coming out of the match?
Relief.
Yeah.
Especially after the 11 minutes when we were 2-0 down, I thought, oh no, here we go again, same as last year, which went 3-0, and I'd have took like 5-0 then, but fair dues to the guys, they didn't give up and they kept battling on, and the second half played much better.
And we got a goal, and a good goal. We'll come to that in a bit. Sensation, Stan, your initial thoughts post-match?
When they first come out, you got the first two minutes, almost, and they was keep closing them down, and it was tight, and then all of a sudden it just went back to the where were we, and they just started running rings around us, and 7 minutes was it? Goal. So not good.
Well, the story again, to be fair, I mean, slow start again. This is the third game in a row that Wolves have scored conceded inside the first 5 minutes. 2 minutes against Tottenham, about 4 minutes against Fulham, and it's around about 5 minutes here again today. And then we're 2-0 down after about 12 minutes. And like you say, you're thinking, last time we came to the Emirates, it was like 3-0 down after 15 minutes. Yeah. And you thought, here we go, like what Chris thought could be 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously, we've got to say that it's a much changed midfield. Tommy Doyle and Boubacar Traoré coming in for both probably our main starters, Mario Lemina and Joe Gomez. So that's always going to be a big test. And they looked a little bit off the pace, the whole side. Arsenal, as I say, outside the first minute, Arsenal were just pressing us. We were panicking. They were looking like they were slicing us. To be honest, the first goal, Dawson probably should have done better with his tackle. Took a ricochet. Saka, he's a problem for anyone, world-class player, finishes it. And the second goal, it's a cutback. He's on the penalty spot. No one's near him, and he's just put it into the top corner. He's literally showed the Wolves defence where he wants the ball, and he's played it and think. Obviously, Jose Sarr's gone off with a back injury, and he did make a good save, even with his back injury. Just after that, they hit the post, and then Bentley's come on. And to be honest, we started the game again. When Bentley come on, we started again. So technically, we won 1-0. I mean, yeah, okay. Now you got to say probably on the balance of play, on the possession, on the shots and everything, Arsenal probably do deserve the win. 2-1. We never really laid a glove on them until 70 minutes. But I'll tell you what, we kept saying through the game. He made some changes. We kept saying if we can hang in there and get a goal. Yeah. They could panic, and they did, and Arsenal were hanging on at the end. And I reckon if we'd have got another 5 minutes, we'd have got something out of that game. But we didn't. It's ended up 2-1 to Arsenal, and you can say probably they do deserve it if we're being honest. But it would have been nice to have got that draw, Chris.
It would, but you can't let Arsenal stroke it around like they were. You've got to get some tackles in. We never gave a glove on them for 70 minutes, did we? It was like watching Brazil play. You know what I mean?
Well, Brazil ain't very good at the moment.
You can't do that, and expect to win a game of football. But they're stuck in it, and at the end of the day, we finished the match really strong, didn't we?
We finished the match strong, and that's great. What we need to do, we need to start the match strong. We need to start the match on the front foot. You can't give any team in the Premier League a goal start inside the first 5 minutes and expect that you're going to come back and win it. We did it against Tottenham. We should have done it against Fulham, but we got obviously done. And against Arsenal, you give them a 2-0, you give them a 2-0, you give them a 2-0 start, you're always going to be up against it, aren't you? Sensation. What's your performance rating?
Overall, around about 4.5.
You're going to give it a 4.5?
I am, yes.
Craig Revel-Allwood is back. Explain. Justify that.
Justify it. We was nowhere near them in pace. If you look at what they was doing, they was passing the ball and cutting through us. Yeah. Where was we? We was passing the ball. We couldn't even get it to our same player.
Wasn't sticking, was it?
Kept losing possession. What you going to do if you lose possession? They're going to come back at you and back at you, and that's when your defence breaks down. You can forget it then. And what? Two
4.5
games, two goals, and we've gone. Like that.
4.5. Okay. Chris, I'm going to be interested to see your score on this one.
Well, I think it can only be 3 for the first half.
Yeah.
And that was and probably half of that was a 1, just for actually turning up. But the second half, we actually had a game plan. We were trying to get the ball forward a bit quicker, I think, especially the last 20 minutes. And I think overall it's a 6.
A 6.
You are playing against a team who potentially could win the league.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And they beat Lons in midweek 6-0, and they carried that on, didn't they? They've got a threat. They've got quality all throughout the pitch. They've got quality coming off the bench as well.
They've got 57,000 people, behind them, haven't they? Really behind them when they're doing well. But they go bloody quiet when they're not, don't they?
Well, I'll tell you what, they were a bit nervy towards the end. And you've got to say as well, credit to the Wolves fans, because at 2-0, especially when we got to 65, 70 minutes, the Wolves fans were really trying to get it going and lift the players, and I think it did feed through. The belief was there, and as I say, towards the end, although Wolves had got battered, they'd taken a few chins. We never got knocked out, and we stood up. We threw a punch. We caught them, and they were wobbling on the ropes. And
best goal of the match.
Well, it was a cracking goal, and to be honest, Arsenal were lumping it away at the end. But fair's fair. You have to say, on the balance, if we'd have stolen a point, it would have literally been a stolen. Well, I'm going to agree with you and go for a 6 overall. Not a very good start, but I thought they fought, they showed some thought, they showed resilience, and we want to see that in a team. And they come back and get a 6. Sensation, your man of the match, and why? Your LEAMORE Windows man of the match, and why?
LEAMORE Windows man of the match. I'm going to give it Tommy Doyle. I think he did a reasonable job. Bear in mind the rest of, the whole team's sort of basically a scratch team, and we've got that many people out with yellow cards and injuries and that. So overall, I said 4.5, but that's might be unfair, somebody will say, but to me, that's what I'd said. And they did the best with what they got, basically.
Tommy Doyle, okay, I think that's a fair shout. I think he grew into the game as well. He's a young lad. I think he's got a brilliant future ahead of him. He was trying to be positive. Yeah. Your LEAMORE Windows man of the match, Chris?
I'm probably going to surprise you here. I think Totti Gomez deserves a mention this week. He's been playing really well lately, carving a niche in the team for himself, and I thought he did nothing wrong at all today. I thought he did really well.
Do you know what? I'm going to go and agree with you, because I thought Totti Gomez did really, really well today. He's someone that's come obviously into the side. He's grown. He looks every inch a Premier League player. Loving the new hair that he's got today as well. He hardly put a foot wrong. He always gives 100%. It was always going to be a backs of the wall game, and his wholehearted performance, Totti Gomez, and he was trying to play forward as well. Always trying to do something with the ball. So I'm going to go with Totti Gomez as well. Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? What's your performance rate, and who's your man of the match? Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe if you're new. There will be hopefully an international fan, a match vlog, and of course we will be chewing the fat on extra time. It's ended here at the Emirates Stadium on a bitter cold day. We've all got our thermals on, ain't we?
We have, and we're coming away with feel like we've achieved something at last.
Can't wait for that hot cup of tea when we get back to the car. I'll tell you what now, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed our analysis and thoughts on the game. Congratulations to Arsenal, top of the league at the moment, where they were this time last year. But at least we come away with a bit of something, some positivity.
And we look forward to you coming to the Molineux.
To the Molineux, the place where we've been Man City and Tottenham. We did you a favour the week beating Tottenham and Man City. Anyway, from myself, from the gaffer, from Station, myself, Dazzling, until the next one, always Wolves.